Is your guild robbing you blind? Are you getting any treasure, or does it keep going to the same people? I am going to talk about how to protect yourselves from guilds. People are saying guilds are scamming others, how to find a good guild, and how to protect yourselves from the ones that aren't so good.
Yeah, that's
so,
right.
join me now. Hit subscribe. This is Savatian. I'm sure you've all seen the drama. Tons of guilds out there. People are complaining. They're just taking all the loots and sharing it between their closest friends or their girlfriends or e-girls or whatever. Well, when you join a guild, the first thing I recommend you do is to make sure you're not going to get scammed by that guild. There are a number of things you can do to prevent getting scammed by a guild. Number one, look for a guild that has a Discord channel.
Go for country. Everyone move out. Where are you guys? Where are you? What the f are you all tanks? Why are you standing on the high ground? Move in below and kill them.
So you can join there, you can chat with the officers and other members, and you can make sure that everything is going the way you expect it to go. Number two, be sure to review their loot system. Some guilds recruiting, this is a random guild, by the way, I just looked at and saw they were doing it the right way, at least on their posts. They clearly review their looting system and tell you how it works. So here, this guild, on a world boss drop, if you get an item, you get the item. Now, there's a good and there's bad to that. I know a lot of us are saying guilds who keep your items are doing it wrong. Well, not exactly. There are some times where you want the item to go to the guild and not directly to yourself.
Yeah, baby.
Take a look at this. I want you to take the time right now to look through your own items and think about the drops that you've gotten in the past. I am using a wand and a staff. But you know what? Every once in a while, I run through a boss and get a drop, such as this Tublex longbow. I'm never going to use this Tublex longbow. So imagine you're with your guild and you get a drop that you're never going to use. However, it's not tradable. And that just might have been an upgrade for another guild member. That's the reason why guilds have these items go to the guild, so they can find the people who can fit that item. And it is not just going to be fodder to throw up in the auction house. You guys, you know what I mean. You can just go down here and hit trade extraction, extract that trade, and get a few measly lucent for that item where it could have been someone else's best in slot item. That's the reason why that happens. Now let's go back and finish reviewing. This guild is doing it right. They mentioned for guild raids, they use what is called a DKP system, which stands for Dragon Kill Points, an old system dating back to World of Warcraft. We use it in EverQuest, so many old games. So every time you participate in a guild event, you're going to earn DKP. Some sort, exactly like the contribution in the game.
I said what?
You're going to earn these points and you can spend them on fabulous prizes. To find those fabulous prizes, simply click on menu, then you can click on guild, and then you can select distribution. This will show gear that has been acquired by the guild and who it went to. When you're watching for guilds, make sure all the gear is not going to the same one or two people. That would be a major red flag.
Damn right.
The way DKP system works is what we use in my guild as well. Let's go over it once again. As seen here at 10tonhammer.com, DKP systems allow you to accumulate points by participating in guild activities. When you are in need of an item, it goes up for bid, and in general, the person with the highest DKP will always win the item. But here's the good news. Once you win the item, you have to consume that dragon kill points that you have. And now you've moved back to the bottom of the ladder, giving the next highest person the ability to acquire the next item. That's basically, here's for example, let's say an item just dropped and I really want that item. That happened to me just a few days ago. When Nirma dropped his pants, Ascended Guardian pants was needed to finish my 4-piece set. However, there were others who needed the item as well. Now, here's the thing. Lots of loot was collected that night. and there was only one other person that had more points than me. I was number 2 on DKP for people who could use this item. And fortunately, the other person consumed their points to get a Talus staff, moving them to the bottom of the list. Now they had not enough points to compete with people with more, especially with the number 2. So then I was able to go all in and use all of my DKP or Dragon Kill points to acquire these pants. Now take a look. You consume those points by putting up the amount you want to spend. Number 1 was knocked out of place, so I did not have to spend all of my points. I just had to spend more than the number 3 person. Looking through the list, I saw the number 3 person had 10 points less than I did. So all I had to do is bid higher than their total balance. And unfortunately, sorry, Retro May, I really needed these pants. Retro May wanted them. I was able to win them. 64 players were competing when we took down this boss. That means 64 players were eligible to bid on this item, but I received it. Now I'm at the bottom of the list now. And the next person in line, Retro, namaste, thanks for the pants, can go ahead and take those pants the next time they drop. DKP prevents the same group of people from monopolizing all the treasure, because once you use your points, you consume them. They're gone. And now you're at the bottom of the list, rebuilding until you get back up to the point of purchasing again. That's basically how DKP works. Okay, so how exactly can you protect yourself from unscrupulous guilds who only share treasure amongst their closest friends or e-girls? Well, if the treasure you want is on a boss that's upcoming and you have just joined a new guild, I highly advise you to click that menu button, click on guild, and look at how the previous loot has been distributed. If you have 50, 60, 70 members in your guild and you see treasure is repeatedly going to the same handful of people, then you know something is not exactly right. That should be a red flag to you to immediately exit, wait for your cooldown, and join another guild that can fairly distribute their loot. Okay, so what do you guys think about this? How do you protect yourself from the unscrupulous guilds out there? Do you like the DKP system? Do you follow the in-game contribution system? And most importantly, for those of you who think the guilds should never have all the treasure go to them, what do you do then when you get an item that's bound on pickup and you can't use it at all? That's horrible. That's why it should go to the guild first. So anyway, this is Savadius. Just make sure, guys, you hit subscribe. Hitting subscribe will give you better karma and better loot drops in the future. I can guarantee that. But for now, this is Savadius, and I'm signing out.